What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? So basically, I don't know if people are aware of the kind of storyline going on recently. Well, I mean, it's kind of over now, but I did a couple videos on Jumex. A lot of people did a couple videos on Jumex, and he's been talking about a while, like trying to hype up and advertise this shitty documentary that he's supposedly doing, where he's going to tell the true story, which is like that would be super interesting for most artists, but we know he's just going to lie the entire fucking time. And I guess it actually came out. He was saying something like he was going to charge people like, I don't know, like $40 for each piece or something, because he's like, I'm going to tell every part of the story. But it looks like he put it out for free. Comments are disabled. No surprise there. I haven't actually watched it. I just kind of clicked through because I wanted to see if I was mentioned, but he's not going to mention me because then that would, bring light to why he got dropped from his label. And I think Jumix like legitimately fucking hates me because, well, lots of different reasons, because he's blocked me, you know what I mean? Whereas like it's much easier to just focus on the artists that, or the YouTubers that he doesn't really give a fuck about. I know Progress is in here, and he was super, super, super angry at Progress back in the day. As much as he tries to say like the Progress video was okay, it wasn't. He was angry. But I was like, oh man, should I watch this? Because I'm like, I might give it attention. But as you can see, it's already like getting some attention. He's probably botting, to be honest with you, as we already know. He botted my followers on Instagram. If you want to be caught up with all that, that's all on Twisted World, the main channel. But I'm going to check this out, and I'm going to go in with an open mind, because as much as people are like, you probably hate Jumex, I don't really care. He's just like a fun little internet guy, it doesn't affect me that much. And, someday I think we're going to be great friends, and this is the first step in a healing our relationship. XOXO Productions presents Jumex.
Jumex, you're worldwide.
Oh, you're worldwide. Okay, this is my bad. Banger. I'm really wondering if he's actually going to scream in front of this audience. By the way, I think this is in Chicago. This is like the one live show that he's done. Like, he did a Japan tour. And then basically, like, after his label dropped him, he ended up doing a show here. I heard quite a bit about it. I talked to the opener, too. So apparently he's a nice little fellow when you meet him in real life. He just gets angry on the internet. Oh. That's like a one-to-one, like, Lil Xan performance. Lil Xan always does that, too. All right. Some guy just jumped on stage.
What kind of kid was Mark growing up?
Mark was always a...
Oh, is this his dad? By the way, his parents are extremely, extremely rich. Like, they apparently, I've talked to his friends and stuff from his childhood. He owns like they had 2 mansions. So, all right, let's listen to. That's actually kind of interesting to see his dad.
Happy.
Wait, I swear, I really hope it's not fucking Ghost Homes or whatever doing this documentary behind the camera. Let's see.
A happy kid, spontaneous, very creative, very funny, and very smart.
Found out when Mark was...
Wow, that was nothing. It's like, you don't even know your kid. You don't even have anything to say about him. Like, he's very smart, very cool. Good job, Jim.
Starting school, that he was having some difficulties developmentally. He wasn't talking as much as he should have, and we were told that he perhaps wasn't understanding
that's not surprising.
We were saying, and he seemed to have difficulty understanding multi-part questions, and he wasn't growing.
I think he still has trouble fucking understanding quite a bit due to the fact that he makes the same mistakes over and over again.
As fast as some of the children in his grade. So we took him to the doctor under the advisement of a good friend of ours, and the doctor advised, among other things, growth hormones to help him develop a little better.
Oh, are you saying Jumex has a low testosterone? Okay.
Better, a little faster, a little stronger.
The fuck?
And so we
What's this baby
ended up
doing?
doing that, and we're talking about 6-7 years of daily shots, and the growth hormones were very expensive, and it wasn't, it was painful, and it was very inconvenient, and it was...
This is kind of interesting, though. Like, this is Jumex lore that we haven't heard of before, so yeah, I'm going to give it to him. I mean, he's opening up. I mean, it's probably to kind of get garner sympathy, but
It was completely a challenge for both of us to do that together, and or to help him do it and make sure he was doing it right. At some point, we went to the doctor, and they did the chart, and they said, okay, this is what we've achieved, and as a result of the growth hormone shots.
after that day, they had a fully grown Jumex.
And so he's a lot better now, and so we were really happy with the results.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marky. Happy birthday to you.
He used to look like a happy kid. What happened to him, man? I guess the world got to Jumex. This kind of reminds me of, like, you know, when Boogie was always going on about, like, he was gonna, you know, Boogie 2988, like, oh, everybody makes videos on me, but I can get the real story. And it's like, and then he basically tells the same story that everybody else has heard. He just, like, it's like, yeah, I guess you got, like, more footage you can put in, which is interesting. But I always feel like it's weird to be involved in your own documentary. Like, I heard, like, the Kid Leroy made a documentary recently that he's, like, heavily involved in. Like, I don't know. I just feel like you can be there to, like, obviously give details, but I feel like you shouldn't be actually involved in, like, putting it together and editing it, because then you're just going to do a biased take on it. Like, I feel like they interview you, they take what they want, they interview other people, and then they put the story together at the end. That's the way that I see it. But this is more like, you know, amateur, I guess. I wish that I could be a big time rapper, and then boom, they cut off, and it's like, yeah, come on. Oh man, they should have let me edit this. He blows out the candle, goes black. Next thing you see, Jumex. That's what he wished for, to be Jumex.
If you could sum up Mark in 5 words, what would they be?
In 5 words,
The echo,
in
bro.
5 words, it would be that Mark is very dynamic and unpredictable.
That's
When
2
he
words.
was 3, 4 years old, and we would go to the park, and if he would play on the little
3, I
swings
guess.
or the monkey bars or whatnot, or the walkway, and I would have to follow him.
Damn, what accent is that? And white night, and don't you know? Where do they talk like that in the States? Anyways.
To make sure he didn't get hurt. So if he were walking and he was going to hit his head on something, I would be there. Or if he was on the bike and he was going to fall, I would be there.
So he was like a developmentally challenged kid, because it's like interesting, because I've always wondered like what mental disorder Jumex has, because I've dealt with a lot of like artists who have bipolarism, and it's like I wonder if that's what Jumex has, because obviously I haven't interacted with him when he's like not manic, because he wouldn't message me if he wasn't manic. But I wonder, because it seems like Jumex has something like a little bit more serious than that, because he's like, I don't know, it seems like everything just kind of wires him up, you know?
Oh yeah, the boys and the girls and the boys and the people make the noise. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, hit it, boy, damn. Why doesn't Jumex still do that? He should, if he came back with a video where he just tap danced the entire time. I'm trapped, and I can't get it. It'd be awesome, bro. Look at him
He's
go.
giving it his all. He's made a lot of sacrifices. He has
What did he sacrifice?
sent what he's decided to put aside for now so that he can pursue this. And so we respect that, and we support him, and we want him.
Oh man, poor parents. They set aside, man. Okay, yeah, because you guys are funding the whole thing. Like, I know you want to let your kid like chase his dreams, but like, it's been done. It's been happened. Like, you know what I mean? He had his chance. Like, I know it's probably hard because like you spoiled him his whole life, but it's like at a certain point you got to tell him like, okay, dude, like Mark, you got to go back to school. You got to, you know, just get a second. Like, you don't got to pose it as like, oh, you can't be a rapper anymore. Like, you just got to convince him. But the dude is 25 years old, so it's like, how do you convince your son at that age to really do what he needs to do? I get it, Jumex. I mean, I'm at a point in my life where we're not too dissimilar. The only thing is you've been there. You've been to the top. And now it's over, man. Like, and with the way that you act, it's going to be very hard to rebuild your reputation because you didn't have a lot of fans in the first place, and you're very aggressive with everybody. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know, if you worked more with YouTubers or if you tried to talk to them more, then there's potential that you could rehabilitate. You could have the redemption arc. But people have now seen that you haven't really grown up. You haven't really changed. So they have no interest in listening to you anymore because it's the same old stick. Besides the fans that you had from back in the day, which were like 14-year-olds, dude.
To be a success, 100%.
It's too late, Daddy.
Yo, happy Valentine's Day, guys. For real, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys so fucking much.
I mean, he looks genuinely happy here. So like, I don't know, good for him, man. And it seems like the people in the crowd are enjoying it. My Chemical Romance, yeah, that's probably about the crowd that he would pull in.
Wait, you guys want one more song?
What song?
Here in Brookfield, Illinois. I was born in.
Oh shit. That's crazy. He's got to wear a mask when he's outside. I mean, he kind of probably does. There's probably a lot of people who want to beat him up. Is this Jumex like he's about to dox somebody? He's like, I'm in Brookfield, Illinois. This is where my op lives. Here's his fucking address. That's crazy. He's got to wear a mask like that. He's like a junior 6'9".
Brookfield, and for a moment of my life, I was just living in the Raymond house. So we're in Raymond Avenue.
For a moment of your life, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't think you're ever living in a house like that. This doesn't look too dissimilar to, like, where's Jumex from? I forget.
It was this White House. I was literally born. I was living here for like 3-4 years. Yeah, I mean, like I said, for a moment of my life, I was just living over here.
He seems so scared, bro. Like, he's like, I was living in the White House, like, with 3-4, we heard, he's like 6'9" and O block right now, bro. Like, you're in a suburban neighborhood. You're good. Yeah, he's from Chicago. You're good, bro.
Here in Brookfield, and, it's a pretty chill neighborhood, so nothing too crazy, but,
You're hoping, bro.
And then after that, we moved out of Brookfield, but like I said, the White House.
Like, you can't sit still, dude. Like, this isn't a good way to explain your life. Like, the White House. I live in the White House. I live in the White House. I live in the like, bro. Just explain. What was your childhood like? What was it like growing up? You had a lot of money, That's fine.
It made it a little bit better.
What does that even mean, dude?
Kid, my mom would always take me here. We'd always get the Jumex cans, and that's how I got my name.
Okay, that was he's just explaining he's just speed running everything. Yep, my mom used to take me here. I got the Jumex cans and okay.
Which one you want, my boy?
Strawberry.
No, they got all these flavors. When I was a kid, they did not have all these flavors.
I never drank any of that shit, to be honest with you. I don't think they got that in Canada.
And mango. I think they would have the guava. They would not have the strawberry.
This is insightful. They did not have the guava.
Apple now. It's just crazy, huh?
This is just like a vlog.
I'm gonna get
You can cut this part out, dude.
But yeah, so how I got my name is, it was the only thing I could afford when I was a kid, you know what I mean? They were like 36 cents a can, now they're like...
Okay, he's making it seem like me and my mom would come down here, we had no money. What he's talking about is that his parents probably gave him an allowance, and they're like, Marky, what do you want? And he's like, I want some Jumex. I was like, bro, are you really going to try to cap and act like you were poor as a kid? Because from everything I've heard, you were not poor as a kid. You got the Cortan deal because you had fucking money, not because of smoking a joint in class. And that didn't even go that viral, as much as he likes to pretend. Like, it was on No Jumper and a few people watched it, but it got like 4,000 likes. Like, that's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but like, you signed the Cortan deal because your parents had money. So I don't know if you're going to try to cap and pretend like you were really poor coming up and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? If he would respond and be like, it was my story. You're trying to act like you know more about me than I know about myself. Shut up, bitch.
Like 99. But yeah, so I'd always come after school, playing basketball, playing soccer, and get the Jumex cans.
The Jumex.
That's how I got my name.
It's gotta call it that.
It was just all I was drinking as a kid, so Jumex.
Damn. No wonder you ended up like so fucked up and like malnourished, and because like sugary ass fucking drink. You didn't drink water, man. You didn't grab an old Sunny D, something.
Yeah.
I went to Pleasantdale Middle School, which is just basically full of preppy kids and people who liked sports. Nothing I had in common with them.
Wow, he's like, this is literally like, I was better than everybody type energy. Preppy kids and people who like sports. I mean, I guess me too, man, but like, okay.
I would just go to the skate park, honestly. I wasn't the best at scootering, but I would just go to get my mind off it.
Damn.
And, just to stay away from that environment. I honestly loved the skate park. It was very therapeutic. It was a place where I could just vibe out and not focus on anything else. I would see new faces from different schools, and we would all come together just to have a good time, honestly. And it was really...
That's... Okay. Dude, that's like, there was a commercial in Canada back in the day where a bunch of guys would do that, or not guys, it was two girls like kissing a dude. That's what it reminded me of. But like, So did you go to like a rich person school or something, and it was like everybody was really preppy and like well put together because their parents had money, and you were just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, like I feel like that's everybody's story. I feel like most people who go into more interesting fields are like not outcasts, not even being an outcast, just you have different interests. Like usually preppy people, it's not even that they're into sports, it's just that they want to get into a good school and they have to do sports to get extra credits and shit like that. But like, I don't know, I went to school with preppy kids too, but I never was like, I hated them. I couldn't be around them. It made me fucking sick to my stomach to even see them, man. Like I was just like, I don't know, they just had different interests that, I don't know. Could be different in Chicago.
Really cool because that's where I met a lot of other people who had the same similar interests as me, where they could just, be yourself and not have to, put up a front in front of people who are actually going to judge you. Everyone was from different schools, but we all had the same interests. So it was nice that we all came together. The skate park was a place for people to have good times, good laughs, and just to be real with yourself.
It was the day that boys became men, men became boys. And the skate park was, that's where it all happened, man. That's where it all happened, man. Having war flashbacks of it.
Other people, like nobody there really gave a fuck about anything. And it's just nice to have a community where you could just be authentic. And that's
like
where I
Jumex?
met this one kid who came up to me and he was like, "Want to be in a band?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah."
Oh.
No Signal. No Signal was a pop punk grunge band with the three of us, and we were just
Damn, Jumex, like, back then, like, he looked like a normal kid. That kind of, I don't know, that's kind of cool, I guess. Like, we haven't really heard about No Signal. It's always been just kind of like a little footnote, but, like, okay, so we've gotten two interesting details. He didn't have a lot of testosterone as a kid, and this is the band, I guess. I don't know if any of these people went on to be any form of anything in his life, but...
performing songs and playing shitty Nirvana covers.
Mom and Dad went to a show, dropped me off at Grandpa's, like a kid's grade, that place
So basically every day after high school.
I don't know if that's how the song sounds, but that shit does not sound good. But they're that type of kid, like, My Chemical Romance, 2003 core, fucking, Nirvana shirts type shit. So I guess I get where he's coming from. There's a lot of people like that, though, so I ain't gonna shit on it.
School, we would just go to Marty's house and just practice every single day. When it was hot out, we would just perform in a garage. When it was cold out, we would practice in the basement, and we slowly got better.
Is he gonna get like copyright striked for using Nirvana music? I've always been interested if Jumex can actually play guitar or not, because I've always like, I remember in the This Time video he was playing guitar and like everybody was saying like, oh, he's not actually playing it. I don't know. I feel like he can. We gotta give him that. He's playing.
Experimenting with these type of sounds got all of us into this type of music. So we would just be listening to Nirvana,
Please no more of that.
Blink-182, Green Day, My Chemical Romance, everything around that genre. A year went by and the drummer actually had to move out of state, and that's when the band broke up. But I still wanted to keep making music.
And you can just, wait, 1 sec. Did he have the tattoo there? Oh god.
And you can just
Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so that's the end of No Signal. The drummer moved out of... I mean, you could have found somebody else, but I see what you mean. So he's born around the same time as me. So... Also, I wonder if they're going to interview his mom. But anyway, so he was doing all this around 2017. 2017, he would have been like 17 years old. The SoundCloud wave would have been hitting its peak. Lil Peep passed away around that time. I've heard from friends that he was obsessed with Lil Peep back in the day. He wanted to be him, and you can clearly see that's kind of what he built himself off of. But let's see what he says.
zoom in and out. I'll pass the time, boss.
Is he gonna include... Okay, why is it this song again? I got a video that I don't know if I can edit it in where he's got his hair all fucked up and he's singing the same song. What is this shit? Probably some Nirvana song, I don't know.
Hey, you want to hit this? It's going.
Oh, it's his song? Is it his song, dude? Okay, I don't know.
How could you love me when you never see me? My heart's filled with sadness, my body.
I mean, I don't hate this. I mean, the song sucks, but like, I don't hate this. Like, this is kind of interesting. You know, he's coming up. He's shooting music videos for himself. He's got the green hair. If I didn't know who he was, I'd be like, okay, this is kind of interesting, I guess.
I can't sleep when the monster's beneath me. I know that you're feeding my hands always stay tonight. Promise we won't fight. Take a Jeep on a ride. Crack a bar, hope to die.
The SoundCloud days were very nostalgic for me.
Yeah, see, because I feel like everybody tries to make it seem like Jumex was doing a different type of rap, and then, like, the label made him do emo rap. He was always doing, like, emo rap, but that's what everybody was doing back in the day. But anyways, I want to hear the SoundCloud days were very nostalgic. Me too, Jumex were relating.
I would go on YouTube and I would find rappers who I would be inspired off of, like Lil Pump. You know, he was just a kid with pink dreads at the time, face tats,
Yeah.
just rapping simple, catchy choruses. And I've really, you know, gravitated to that. It was something that was brand new in the modern rap era. And, you know, going on YouTube and seeing other rappers like Lil Peep,
There you go.
you know, and that's what really struck me. Watching Lil Peep, seeing those trap drums on like the emo alternative guitars, I was just like really fascinated with that.
He
because,
just hit
you
his
know,
mic. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I feel like the Lil Peep thing is like most people didn't know about him before he passed away, and then when he did, it was like there were so many kids that I went to school with too. He would be like a year older than me, I think, but they were like after he passed away, like they just loved it because it was like he was like this emo prince, and you know what I mean? Everybody loved him after he passed. Of course, the girls all liked him, so most guys were going to try to be like that, and I feel like that's when people really started going for like that emo aesthetic in 2018 and so on, because in 2017, don't get me wrong, there's tons of people doing that, but it was a lot more underground, as much as people like to pretend like, oh, well, it was always going crazy, like in certain areas. And I don't know, he was like a Nirvana kid, so maybe he like relates to that. I don't know.
being in the punk band No Signal, I was already into like the alternative emo wave of just that style. So seeing that
See the
mixed
bubblegum
with
number?
trap drums and kind of like a rappy flow really stood out to me, and I knew this is something that I wanted to do.
Bro, why are they just showing footage of you just talking into a microphone? Like, this should be like, you should be narrating it. Just put like footage of just, you can put footage of as many rappers as you want. You just have to cut it every 10 seconds. You should have let me edit this, Jim, because I would have done it for you, man. This is not the best way. This is not interesting.
Right after seeing those two specific artists. So I would make music at home. Every night, I would just make songs after songs after songs and post them on my SoundCloud.
Rolling. All right, and I'm out of your shot. I hope you're out of mine.
Could he not find anybody else like to like narrate it? Like, it's weird that his mom hasn't said anything yet. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like his mom might be fucking fed up at this point. Like, his dad is still kind of like, you can tell his dad's like, yeah, like he's chasing his dreams and it's kind of like what we want him to do. And we're like, but I feel like his mom's like, no, I'm not gonna be in this documentary. Like, you need to fucking get your life together.
You were never there, hearts broken to despair. I saw you in the summer, just a girl with long hair. Hide me from the demons, lock myself over there. Hide me from myself, I'm the devil, don't care. No.
Isn't this the Billie Eilish song? I don't know.
Don't care.
The one he took from Lil Soda Boy?
You were never there, hearts broken to despair. I saw you in the summer, just a girl with long hair. Hide me from the demons, lock myself over there. Hide me.
He's got cool friends though that will come out here and like shoot this shit for him, because I know like where I'm from, like I could never convince my friends to be like, let's all shoot a music video. They'd be like, no, let's get fucked up. So, you know, you have cool friends, Jumex. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like you should have some other people to interview to like how was one of your childhood friends? How was Jumex as a kid? Oh, he was always nobody.
From myself, I'm the devil.
Even 6ix9ine got a couple people to talk about him, but I guess he's a lot more relevant.
Don't care. Cause that bitch on so I drop. Don't give a fuck, I'm a rock. Pretty girl, so got my cop.
Okay, bro, you're gonna get me copyright struck with this fucking Suicide Boy fucking rip-off freestyle. Okay, please move on.
Smoking with you, know I rock. Oh.
What are you trying to say with your work? Why do you do what you do?
What the fuck? They found a young Jumex? Did he go back in time? So he's interviewing himself? Holy shit. This is the real Jumex. It's like, hey, we let you out of the basement for a minute to talk about the clones fucking Oh, he's got Pump in the back. Okay, yeah, he was really inspired by Lil Pump, I guess.
Well, I love music first of all, but I feel like I like to do music the most to help people through tough times and depression. And
What's wrong with him, bro? He's like a little kid when you ask him like, "Where you going?" And like, I'm going to the bathroom." What the fuck?
you know, it's hard to
It's not that hard of a question, Jumex. Just answer it.
go through that. So I'm basically there to say like you're not alone, because I mean I've been through that shit.
They had to do a cut.
It sucks.
Talk about that.
Yeah, besides music, I like to make clothes. Like I like to design a couple of jeans. Like I'd like to design jeans and hoodies, and in the future I'm gonna make some hats and shit. But yeah.
I mean, that's cool. Like, I don't know, you should have went farther. But I mean, dig you though? Because didn't you take that from Loveburns or whatever? Didn't you steal like his clothing brand? So did you really design shit, or did you just like Swagger Jack? Because that's what Takashi did to Scumbag Chad. So is it that type of situation? If you genuinely made those though, that's cool. I think Jumex should have just went in that direction instead of trying to be an artist.
I usually like to paint them, get them custom. I sewed on a couple of jeans and hoodies.
Speak up, Jumex. Use your big boy voice. Use your big boy voice. Come on, it's not scary.
I think 2 weeks ago, because they were just playing and I didn't like that. Here's one that I sewn. Yeah, I just painted, and I just like, I didn't know how to sew, so I just looked on YouTube. I don't know if this is the right way, but it's staying on, so it looks good. And my friend spilled like a Baja Blast and it wouldn't come off, so I just painted on these white pants.
Cool.
I was like, fuck, I was pissed. But I don't care, cause like, yeah, I like painting.
What? Yeah, I was pissed, but I didn't care because. Okay. This is like a different version of Jumex. He's very camera shy. I don't know. Do they have to media train him to like, or is he always like this? Is this like what? Is this like why Jumex is the way he is? Because he's like, has a lot of anxiety and shit, and he doesn't like the fact that everybody talks about him negatively online. Like in a way, like you can kind of feel bad for him because it's like he probably didn't know what he was getting into, but it's like he also had a very easy ride, and he could have just like not responded to progress and just been like, yeah, man, he can feel how he wants, but like my music is still authentic no matter what way I made it to the top, and just been more calm and chill and not doxed and not done all of that. And I don't know, like you had some sort of fan base. They probably could have just kept positioning you around people. Like there's some stuff that's not his fault, like the label bought Strawberry Blonde from Lil Soda Boy, and like that kind of fucked him up. But like he could have like came out about that, and like yeah, you probably would have got a hard time still. Like you were never, but he had a picturesque version of what it was going to be in his head. Like he just wanted to be Little Peep overnight, and when that started like slipping away from him, I don't think he could handle it. But see, that's what makes me think that he's got some sort of fucking mania, because like look, he's like so quiet and shy and he can't talk, and then all of a sudden he's like flipping out. So either it's drug use or he's just like manic depressive. Nobody's even reacting to him. They probably just think you're on drugs, man. That's probably why they're ignoring you. They probably see tweakers like that like 5 times a day.
Hi. Oh my goodness, dude. Damn, that's for the bad boys.
This is still before they filmed all this before. I guess he knew that it was gonna happen. Interesting. Okay, he got like yellow hair here. I know that it's before because he doesn't have the face tattoo.
Wow. Should we cop some jewelry? I do need a necklace. I do need some necklaces.
I do need some necklaces.
The neck bezazzle.
He also always says words wrong. Like even to this day, like he just like heavily mispronounces like basic words. Like he needs like I do need some necklaces. Like, and there's other shit that he said when he was like, He's like, I'm gonna. They like he would say slander, but he would say like it in a weird. He'd be like, they're slanderizing me or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. I don't know if it's like just drug use or if he's just like not very intelligent because he didn't spend a lot of time in school.
Are these real honeys? Damn, they got the Benjamins on lock. So we're just here in Chinatown, and we're looking at stuff. You gosh.
See, it's funny. He's like outside screaming at the top of his lungs. Then he's in the store. He's like, we're just here in Chinatown. Like, okay, bro.
Some shoes, you know. We got them from Goodwill, you know.
I just want to get.
He'd be a very weird person to be around. Like, just going between screaming at the top of his lungs to just like being like, hey man, you want a Jumex? Yeah, like. This is more entertaining than I thought it was going to be initially.
What are some things you want to achieve in your career?
Some things I want to achieve in my career is probably a successful clothing brand, and probably a tour around the world. I want to go like to Brazil and like the.
He's still talking like a little kid. The thing that I want to, anyways, I won't keep harping on it.
UK.
Awesome shit,
Shout out
though.
UK.
Where do you want to be in 5 years?
In 5 years, I don't know. I might.
Okay, so this was 2017, so 5 years in 2022. You were dropped from your label. You were getting in trouble for the accusations. You were trying to change your name to Goodnight Mark, and then that didn't work out, and you got caught on that. You started up a clothing brand called Bubblegum Numb that you then tried to sell off because it didn't do well for like $27,000 to somebody. You fucking bought a vape shop to try to turn into a studio. That was a little bit later on, and then you couldn't sell vapes, so you decided to try to turn it into a studio, but that went out of business too because nobody wanted to go. Okay.
I might get a van and travel the world and just
That didn't
like see all the
happen.
nature and shit, you know, or maybe like get a house or something and collect guitars and just play.
Those are two interesting dreams. I might get like a van and like see the nature and shit, or I'll get a house and fill it with guitars. Okay. Oh, another one.
Guys, bad guys, make the day so bright. Will you come see me today at night? Promise you'll be mine and I'll be fine.
Damn, who's this? Revenge? This guy looks cooler than Jumex, honestly.
And I'll be fine. Hate me, kill me, no reason to care now. Blood cruise, Lil G, money in the air now. Fat bands on my hands that.
Like, I'm not gonna hate on this because this is like everybody has this part of their career where they're just kind of outside with their friend, you know, shooting music videos. But it is very like Lil Peep-esque, I guess. But you know what? Like, everybody was clowning him at the time, so I'm not gonna hate on it.
And you, I'll stop walking in my head. Stop walking in my head. Dye hair, drip the same shit again. I will never be the same, my friend.
I just feel like I gotta keep pausing this because I feel like I'm gonna get copyright striked on these fucking shit. I mean, it's probably gonna happen anyways if he sees it. Oh, he kind of looked like he was sucking dick right there.
In the subs, but I live in the den.
Anime.
Burn on my hair, this is how I've been. I will never be the same again. Popping pills, sipping lean, how I've been. Call me on my phone.
Yeah, it's not the worst Lil Peep like stolen thing ever. Like, he's never had like abysmal music. Like, you can't say it's like the music's terrible. It's just like the persona's corny and just like the things that circulate around it. Like, his music is perfectly like fine, like middle of the road, like 5 out of 10. Like, it's like a Little Lotus or like a Smart Death or whatever, basically type shit. It's fine.
Let me hear it ring. Call me on my phone, let me hear it ring. I am bleeding and I'm never coming back.
I mean, it's kind of cool that we're getting these old music videos, like, for archive purposes, but it's like, bro, like, what have you said so far? You got injections, you started a band, and then you wanted to be a rapper, and now you want to get a house and fill it with guitars.
Anymore.
Interview your mom. Like, come on. Oh, look at the little guy. He's a cute little feller. Look at him. He looks like a leprechaun. Where are you going? What is this? Why is he just walking towards the camera like fucking passive aggressively? Oh, now he's walking away. I don't think all this filler footage needed to be in here.
I swear to God, I must be tripping because I grown bud before and my mom caught me.
Oh, that explains why his mom doesn't want to be part of this. I know his excuse is going to be like, oh, it does better than everything that you do, though. It's like, well, yeah, bro, because you bought your fucking career.
This looks like, it really looks a lot like it.
Oh.
Like, am I tripping? Like,
Are you tripping? Yeah, bro.
nah, I can't Like someone just came here, just sprinkled.
You just like look over there, you see Trippie Redd. I'm in the woods, on some wood, in the woods. Something way more interesting going on over there.
Yellow fucking seeds. Going outside today.
Oh, he's doxing again.
What kind of kid were you in school?
I was like antisocial. Okay, so like first period I had math, and after that I would just like leave. I would like never.
I heard that basically he was really loud and annoying from everybody. Like he would get on a bunch of Xanax and just like scream and do shit and like try to like get people's attention as much as he can. Like he did like the emo aesthetic because he wanted to be like a beloved little peep, but he was more a little pump and like personality wise, like screaming at people, running around, doing crazy shit. I have heard like different reports that like he really started doing drugs after he got famous, but like I don't know. Like a lot of people said it's like he just really wanted fucking attention. He's like almost like just like that kid that would just run in and start playing like meme music in the middle of the hallway just so you would look at them for like 2 seconds, basically, is what people describe Jumex being as. But of course he's gonna be like, I was just like that loner kid. I sat and I thought about the world and like everybody around me was so stupid, so dumb.
Show up to school, so like my grades were just like F's, and like I had like no incomplete grades and like F's and shit. I just never showed up. But
no, I was
if
stupid.
I did, I would like not talk to anybody. What kind of kid I was just like isolated. I didn't have any friends at all, you know. The friends I did used to hang out with, you know, their parents didn't like me, so I was just like.
I wonder why they didn't like you. Like, I wonder why. Like the fucking green-haired screaming kid came over, fucking on a bunch of drugs, not fucking paying attention at school. It's like they bring over the kid who's got a fucking mental disability, and it's just like, yeah, okay.
Isolated all the time in my room.
Sometimes when you stand out, it's not because like you're just like too different for the world. Like sometimes it is, but sometimes you're just annoying. Like that's all there is to it.
Making music and shit. The reason why I smoked weed in school was because like a week before I had a meeting with the principal, and she was like,
okay, so see, look, this is like some like hacked together like documentary from before. He's talking about the weed incident. So he smoked weed in school and he got kicked out at this point, but he made it seem like the week after he smoked the weed, he got flown out, Cortan signed him. It didn't happen. Look, he's still just like messing around. I think what happened is that his parents were probably like, okay, well, our kid just got kicked out of school. He's failing. What are we going to do? He really wants to be a rapper, and they're rich people, right? So they're not going to be like, okay, like, let's like put him in line. They're going to be like, okay, well, how can we make it so he'll be happy? And then they like probably hit up Cortan. Cortan was already looking for like an artist to sign. And they're like, well, I guess this kid has like a little, people kind of know who he is. But honestly, they probably didn't like that at the same time, him running around in class and smoking weed and blah, 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 because they probably thought that it was like, goes against the image they were doing of the sad boy. So,
you know, you never show up to school, so like what do you want to do with your life? And I'm like, I just want to be a musician, you know, and like show my music to like everybody. And yeah, and she's like, that's stupid as fuck, you know. And she's like, well, what are you gonna do in your life? And I'm like, I want to be a musician. She's like, no, like that's stupid, like that's not smart at all, you know, because like only 1 in a million, you know, make it. You can't do that, you know. She's like, why would you do that?
Making it seem like, and I get it, when you're younger, if you're watching this when you're younger, you're going to be like, screw her, she doesn't want anybody, they just want me to be a box in the system, a number in the system. Definitely try to be a musician. I mean, it is true that it is like 1 in a million that really makes it, but at the same time, I just, like, she's probably looking out for him. She's probably like, you know, like, you can be an artist, you can try to be an artist, but still have, like, some skills. Like, there's even people like, you see Quavo, I think he went back to college because, like, even if you make it, you still want to have like something to fall back on, some sort of skills. Like even if you don't want to work a job, you still need basic schooling so you're at least an intelligent person. Like you need to be able to communicate to people in a good way. You need to have basic math. You need to, you know, you need to have you need to have life skills. Like I knew people who dropped out of school in like grade 9, grade 10, and like it was hard to communicate with them because they didn't know a whole lot. Like
she's like, you know, there's no way you're gonna like, you know, do that. That's like,
and it's a different situation if you're like a smart kid too, like who, like I know a lot of people are like, well, I've had to drop out at grade 10 and I'm still smart. It's like probably because you had to drop out, you had no choice, and then you went into the working world and became a smart, well-adjusted person who learned stuff. Like a kid like this, he drops out of school, he's not gonna go into the work world. He's just gonna start sitting at home smoking more weed, playing video games, and trying to be a rapper.
That was my dream, and she kind of like stepped on that.
I don't think
Do
so.
you regret smoking in school?
Fuck no.
It's so stupid. Like, this is what makes me think that he's that type of kid that would do anything for attention. Because, like, I know kids who, like, smoked, like, fucking cigarettes and everything in class. And just like, oh, man, I'm, like, really going against the system. It's like, nah, you're just being annoying to everybody. And the teacher doesn't even react. She's just like, Mark.
So, blasting the free-falling object is given by the...
World Star, let's go!
And you notice, like, nobody's even paying attention to him, like, smoking weed, so he has to scream at the top of his lungs, because, like, nobody cares, dude.
Oh.
Mark.
Gang shit, you know how it is. They didn't think I would do this. They didn't think I would do this. They didn't think I would
Nobody's laughing. Nobody's reacting. She's even just like, Mark, like...
do this. Let's go.
Look, she's, like, just... She's not even paying attention. She's just like, get out. And then he runs away, like...
Smoking the school part 2. No, I was just kidding.
That was like, he's probably like, that was like, all of his friends were like, you're so cool, Mark. That was probably like the one, he's like sitting at home, kicked out of school, like they come over and he's just like, yeah, bro, wasn't that so cool when I smoked at the school? Man, that was awesome. And they're like, yeah, Mark, that was cool. Anyways.
One was enough.
One was more than enough.
What did your teacher do when you did that?
So my best friend, Jack, which dude, I love that dude to death. He was there when and he told me everything that happened, like right after left. So like the teacher started crying. She's like, oh my goodness. So he started crying and like hyperventilating and shit.
That didn't happen. It just straight up did not happen. She didn't care. She didn't pay attention to you. Nobody paid attention to you. You didn't get the reaction you wanted. You started smoking. Nobody paid attention. You screamed World Star. She said, Mark. She was literally like, because they probably dealt with this before. They're probably like, okay. And then you just ran out like a weirdo. She didn't cry. She didn't hyperventilate. She didn't react to you in any way, shape, or form.
And like they all got sent down to like the library and they're like, everybody go, go. Because they didn't want to get sued for like people being like, oh, my son or daughter just like, inhaled like marijuana or some shit. It was like a safety, not a safety drill. It was like,
I mean, that's maybe true. Maybe she was probably like, all right, kids, we got to go to the library now because fucking Mark just, being Mark again, you know what I mean? She was like, that didn't happen, dude. Like, oh my God.
A real drill they were doing.
This kid has not grown up in years.
Everybody told me the whole second floor rigged. like the long ass.
Did you finish it?
Hell yeah, I finished it on the way home. I was running home, like, so that's why I needed it, because I was like paranoid, but like.
Yeah, I bet you were, because you're running home knowing you just got kicked out of school and your parents probably about to yell at you.
Also, like, fuck that.
But yeah, you're too cool and I to care.
I just didn't want to get tackled, that's why I left. Because I knew she pressed the button to call like security in the office, and I knew like they would probably come up and tackle me.
Why didn't you? What you should have done that. That would have been a way better viral moment if you had smoked weed in class and then that was lame. You just like run around World Star and then you ran out. You should have just stayed and like let them tackle you. That would have been huge. That would have been even more huge. That would have went crazy. That would have been like a boom gang shit. Like you would have got more than just like people were kind of like, green hair kid smoking in class for 2 seconds. If you had got tackled, you could have like turned that into a whole ass career. Just you like smoking weed in different places and getting tackled by security. I mean, probably would have got you in trouble, but you would have ended up better than you are now.
They do that to everybody. Like if you have like a fight or some shit. The smoking in school video went viral. I got 10 million views on Twitter, 8 million views on Instagram. World Star reposted, No Jumper reposted, and in about a week.
I believe. See, he's saying in about a week. You were just standing outside of your school about a week later. Like, what are you talking about? This happened at the end of 2017. Jumex started popping off at the end of 2018. So you spent months and months and months setting it up. I don't think that's what fucking happened, man. And like, yeah, okay, I think it went viral on Twitter or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna dispute that because I have no idea. People did repost it, but like, let's hear it.
A week later, all my social media platforms got deleted. I was honestly so pissed. All my work for nothing. But everything happens for a reason, and before it got deleted, I actually had an A&R reach out to me. He liked the music I was making and wanted to be involved.
Oh, it wasn't even he liked the music you were making. Oh shit, yeah, no.
This is where I was quote-unquote industry.
And like, what the hell is going on here? We're like 20 minutes into it and you're just getting to the actual interesting parts. Nobody cares about you smoking weed and blah, blah, blah. And now you're saying quote unquote industry planet. Okay.
Planet, like some people say, but it's kind of ironic how people say that, because it just goes to show that they didn't want to see my best. They didn't want to see me win. For someone to see my potential and give me a chance to give me better quality mixes, better quality videos, and better quality marketing, I just want my music to evolve for the better.
Everybody's against you. It's everybody else's fault besides you, but yet you complaining that they fucked you over and they screwed you over and you got into a bad deal. Like, you can't even keep your lies straight.
Try to save a life when you commit suicide. Hang me by my neck, but I don't know where to lie. I just wanna die, baby girl, you never.
The worst part is, like, your fans can't even comment on this and say, like, yeah, Jumex, like, you're right. Like, nobody wanted to see you winning. I'm kind of like you, too. I'm like 16 and I want to be a rapper and I don't go to school. Like, because you're too worried about how much, like, backlash it's gonna get.
Why you made me cry, baby girl, you never listen. Try to save a life when you commit suicide. Hang me by my neck, but
The one show he ever did in his life in fucking Japan, he's got, like, same footage of it.
don't know where to lie. I just wanna die, baby girl, you never listen.
Actually, I think it was a festival, to be honest with you.
Why you made me cry, baby.
This is Chicago, Little Ass Warehouse show. Also, way after he already fell off.
Never listen. Baby girl, you never listen.
Baby girl, you never listen. Oh, who is that? That guy looks familiar.
Baby girl, you never listen.
Kind of looks like Ego Raptor, not gonna lie.
Yo, happy Valentine's Day, guys. For real, thank you guys for coming out.
So that's it. That's all you're gonna say. You got quote unquote industry planet. You're just gonna. Are you gonna talk about anything in this documentary?
I just want to thank everybody tonight for coming here and just fucking, you know, vibing, having fun and shit. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys too.
Also, the thing is that it's not that the label just gave you better quality marketing, better quality. They literally like put like tags for XXX and Little Peep, and then they bought your fucking videos to get them popping off. Because when they first came out, they weren't doing numbers. So like, it's not even like, oh, you got planted, and then they just were really good at what they did and marketed you in the right way. It's that they literally like forced you into everybody's algorithm for everyone to be like, oh wow, kids screaming, huh? Interesting. Oh, loner or whatever is kind of good, and then nobody paid attention to you again.
Man, what the fuck?
Are you down? Are you down?
Kids doing little peep shit. Okay, bro, this doesn't need to be in the documentary.
Just got the SBS tattoo. Thank you.
Yo, look at that shit. Ooh, that's clean, dude. Bro, that's crazy. Old English.
I actually am interested to hear him talk about like how he formed up SBS. Let's see if he actually talks about that. I highly doubt it. I know he's about to talk about like YouTubers.
On this fucking beautiful SBS, you know what I'm saying? Sapboy Soccer shit. Sapboy Soccer on the set. Niño Triste.
Let's start off with one of the most notorious.
And this is like, there's no reason for this to be in here whatsoever. Okay, not to go on a little rant on Matty Balls, but Progress first. Progress exposed you back in 2018. This video came out like 4 years later. Matty Balls just repeated shit that had already been known. This didn't affect your career. Your career was dead at this point. This guy just recycles the same stuff over and over again. Nothing against him. That's his grind. That's his hustle. But everybody's saying like, oh, Matty Balls destroyed Jumex. All he did was like maybe introduce him to a generation of people who didn't know who he was, which would have helped him out. It was Progress who fucked you up, not this dude.
Industry plants that there is, Jumex.
Like, Jumex is...
Yeah, this is the guy who fucking got you and you were angry about it.
The epitome of unoriginality, complete creative...
And of course you're just gonna take like just him, like the one part of him shit talking you. You're not gonna take any of the actual like justifiable fucking criticism or anything he said. You're just gonna cut him out of context and make it seem like, oh, the haters did not like that I was on the rise.
Drain and just everything that we don't need in the industry right now.
Knows him, no artists know him, no community knows him.
We got this emo kid
that was relevant at the time. I think this is Muggy.
Jumex.
The moment I came out the womb, the internet was going crazy.
What? The moment you came out the womb? Nobody knew? What?
Positive love negative hate, and I just
Positive hate, negative love.
kept going with it. I didn't even give a fuck, honestly.
Oh, you did give a fuck. Don't try to pretend that. You were fucking going on there, take his video down, blah, blah, blah. You very much cared, Jumex.
Because I just knew who I really was. I believe that
Do you?
music is all about reinventing, recreating, and it's doing what you love.
Speak
doing
up a
what
little
you
bit.
love with the people you love doing it with. I mean, people were mad about...
He's as cool as a cucumber. He don't even care. He don't even care when he's getting a tattoo. He's checking his phone, seeing what the bitches are doing.
Oh, he's copying this, he's copying that. But what's the point of inspiration? I think music has always been reinvented.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about copying other people either, but it's like you literally took like the look from Lil Xan, you know, the sound from Lil Peep, the antics from Lil Pump. Like, yeah, you can take different things, but it's like you didn't bring anything like really new to the table. You know, you can take inspiration from other people, but you still got to bring like an interesting new turn on it if you want to be able to like stand out. And like you just didn't. You just kind of were like another one, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't really care about that criticism against you either. Like I said, your music is not terrible.
Ever since the start of it. The fact that, you know, someone saw my potential was more than a blessing. Like I said, Eminem had Dr. Dre, Justin Bieber had fucking Usher, and me, I had what I had.
And
So I just used it
You're not even going to say the name? And Jumex had Cortan. No, you're not even going to say the name, bro.
to my best advantage. I was finally gonna drop music officially, and I wanted to do it the right way. Come out with a fucking bang. I had this old song during the SoundCloud stages, and it's called Emotions. Emotion, my brain.
Okay, interesting. Haven't heard of this. Got some new info.
Slow motion, in love with the white, but I know that shit no good. Please let me fade away, I stay unspoken. Voice of a head gonna scare me away. Can't fall asleep when you wake up, crash. Stick to the ground.
Oh, okay. This is the origin of him screaming. Interesting. I mean, I'm not sure how much you can really believe anything he says, but I'll take his word for it. He's really getting that tattoo, I gotta say. Good footage of that.
My quality was so shit. It's on YouTube. You can look up all my old shit. I wanted to take the time for myself to fucking make music the right way.
I didn't give a fuck. I wanted my first official song to be fucking crazy. I wanted people to be shook. So I went to the studio and screamed as loud as I could.
Okay, so you're not going to talk about anything about that song being written by a different person. Okay, interesting. Oh, so I like how he cut that Instagram fucking video where he's freaking the hell out and be like, I didn't give a fuck. You're about to start screaming, dude.
Wait for it. Yeah, so might as well just fucking get high. Wait for it. Wait for it. So might as well.
This must have been embarrassing for him to have to just keep going like, wait for it, trust me.
Just die. Yes, sir.
The craziest audience Jumex ever had in his life, and he didn't even get to be there for it. Fucking can't flog, nah. I'm gonna pause it every few seconds. What? They showed this to MGK? Okay. He's smart for putting. That's why he put all this music, I think, all the way through, so nobody can really react to it because they're gonna get fucking copyright strike. I don't know about the other ones. Like, I don't really care if he copyright strikes it. So it's like, I just don't want him to like. I try to upload this video and he just takes it down, you know, immediately. So.
This is the first wave of kids screaming over 808s.
What? That's not even true. What about fucking XXXTentacion? I mean, I wouldn't take this guy seriously on anything.
Dope.
He also made a documentary about himself that was super self-indulgent, didn't really tell a lot of details, and talked about how, like, the world was against him, but a lot of girls love MGK, so at least he's got that over Jumex.
That's fuck. Trapped! That's what he says? I was running around with the choker and a 6-inch mohawk 8 years ago, but this is like, they're like doing it right.
We're not going to get any actual useful information in this documentary, are we? We're like 6 minutes left, didn't talk about anything.
We're going to Osaka.
And they're going to finish it off with the Japanese tour.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our pleasure to welcome you to Osaka.
Yo, so we're in Japan right now. What's the show? We're fucking doing it.
Doing this first show. This is crazy.
Is that Spotify?
Yo, I like this too, man. That's awesome. Just like the trap video. Oh yeah. 2 hours. 2 hours? Wow.
I don't even really know what to say at this point. It's just kind of vlog footage. I mean, yeah, people in Japan fuck with them. That's cool. Well, you know, a lot of Asian countries really like stuff like this. So, I mean, I don't doubt that he has kind of a fan base over there. At least at that point. Maybe not anymore, but who knows? Maybe go back to Japan, Jumex. Maybe go spend some time there. Do like pull a little Soda Boy, pull a little Omen 13, try to get an Asian audience, and maybe you could have a comeback, dude. I mean, people know who you are, so I think it's over in the American scene, but over there, you never know.
Let me know if it's a good food. We go.
Nah, it's on your face. You need a Jumex smoothie. We don't even need movies.
Hey, Jumex.
Here we go.
I don't even know what to say. It's just vlog footage. Like,
yeah, there you go, bro. Number 3. Creamy.
2 of those. Good.
This is it. Story of my life. And I'm glad I got to share it with you.
the story of your life. You got one person to interview. When I was younger, I wasn't very smart, so I got some injections, and then I joined a band, and then I wanted to be a rapper, and then I just got signed, and then people started hating on me, and then I went to Japan. Okay.
I'd just like to say thank you to all the supporters. Thank you for everybody who's been with me since the beginning of my journey.
Yeah, the ones that you like told to fuck off because they couldn't come to your show, like Zane Peep, like the people you tried to silence, like the people that you fucking, I don't know, keep watching over the hedge, bro.
And I will never ever give up. Even if
you probably should.
Don't make it to where I want to be, it won't matter.
Why don't you talk about the following years? Like that was like the main career. Why don't you talk about what you've been doing since? What are you working on? What's coming next? How about talk about how you're trying to do Trap Part 2? You're going to do a new Screaming song and then play into the fact that you're an industry plant. And that was the song you're supposed to drop in May, but you didn't drop it.
Because my soul will forever live on for eternity. The love I have for the creation of music is like no...
People will forget about you eventually. It's just that you had a wave where it was interesting to talk about you. Now you're like an industry plant. Like, you know how YouTubers are. They like to retool the same fucking video over and over again, and that was why I did my video. I did it differently because he kept complaining like everybody does the same video on me, and I agree with Jumex. Everybody just like copies the progress video over and over again. So I wanted to like talk about like the before and the after Jumex, because like the main career, everybody's talked about that, but what he's been doing since is very interesting, and I think it's only going to get more interesting. I mean, the good ending for Jumex would be to go back to school and like find something to do with his life, you know, and in a way where he's not the main figure of shit, because obviously he's very unlikable, so he's not going to be able to make his way up in that. But the bad ending, and the ending we're probably going to get, is he's just going to keep like spazzing and, you know, floundering and trying to get the internet's attention, and like it might happen for a minute, but he's just going to end up like forcing attention like any other washed up YouTuber or anything, which is, you can do it.
From recording to performing in front of people who matter to me. If I could give you guys one advice, I'd say
one advice. See, he says stuff weird. If I could give you guys any advice,
never ever fucking give up. Life is all about living, learning, creating, and evolving.
Never give up, but like if you know that something is like not going in the right direction, and it's like it's just perpetually failing over and over again, like it, never give up when like you're trying to get to where you are, but like it's not a bad idea sometimes to kind of like adjust where you're trying to head. You know what I mean? Like you try to adjust and like, okay, I'm doing cooking videos. I've done 10,000 cooking videos and I'm still only at like 1,000 subscribers. Never give up. After that point, it's gonna work. No, maybe try adding something a little bit more interesting. Maybe try a different type of content, you know? Maybe you're an emo rapper and you've dropped 1,000 songs and it's not working. maybe try something a little bit different. Like, never give up. Like, just like smashing your head on the wall with the same shit over and over again. That's like the definition of insanity, and that's what Jumex does.
Hoping to be your best self. So go chase that dream. Turn nothing into something.
What if my dream is just to perpetually shit on you? Should I never give up on that?
Bro, what you got?
I'm a certified hater.
And fuck everyone else who says otherwise. Because no one's gonna want it as bad as you but you. This is your life. This is your world. You versus everybody. Start now.
You said you love me more. No way.
You say I'm gay. What'd you say? Sorry, I'm just skipping that. I'm not having, like, it's probably another copyright written song, and I don't care to really listen to it either. It's got some interesting shaped fucking nostrils. You should talk about how, like, you got dropped from your labels for, like, supporting Palestine, because that's what you've been saying recently, that you got dropped by your label because you were supporting Palestine, even though you got dropped by your label like 3 years before that was even going on. Is that his ear? Okay, I thought that was his finger. And then, of course, he's also in the tattoo studio listening to, like, other rap music, so, like, he's really trying to put a lot of music in here so he can, like, copyright strike it very easily. I mean, I'll put it up, and if he takes it down, he takes it down, but that means it's canon, Jumex. Oh, is this recent?
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Oh. I would never get a neck tattoo, I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't know, that's just like, I don't find they ever look good. Okay, so the end of this is just watching you get a tattoo? What's the obsession with tattoos? Is he trying to show that he's tough? I guess. Okay. Wow. Well, there you go, guys. The masterpiece, the one masterpiece of, comments are turned off. Too bad. I wanted to leave a nice comment. Oh, it premiered too. Wonder how many people watched it live. Oh, where's the live chat? Can I get to that? No. That sucks, because I want to see what people actually have to say. Like, if people are like, yeah, Jumex, or if they're like, I mean, that was better and worse than I expected. It was a little bit better because at least, like, we did get some information that we didn't have before, but he really talked about nothing. Like, it would have been a lot more interesting if he had to, like, responded to all the criticism, you know what I mean, and been like, this is my perspective on it. I think people would have respected that more. I would have been interested to see you be like, well, yeah, Progress was right about this, but he wasn't right about this, you know what I mean, instead of just being like, oh, well, people just don't like me because they didn't want me to, like, that's just so childish. It's like, but wouldn't expect anything less from Jumex. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed watching that with me, let me know what you want me to react to next. I don't think we're ever going to get a documentary as good as that one. I mean, I'm glad it was only 30 minutes, because if it had been any longer, that would have been torture. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.